Hello everyone, my name is Alan from House Basketball Training, and today I'm going to show you how I teach the 3-2 zone defense. So hello everyone, my name is Alan. If you're new to this channel, on this channel I show you basketball plays, drills, and skills. So if you like that stuff, hit that like button and subscribe. But today, however, I'm going to show you how I teach the 3-2 zone defense. So how I like to teach the 3-2 zone defense is to explain to my players that in a zone, if they're totally basic, don't know anything about zones just yet, I explain to my players that they're guarding an area and not necessarily a man. So basically, when a man comes into their area with a basketball, obviously he's going to start guarding that player. So let me get down to the clipboard and I'll show you how I like to teach my players the 3-2 zone. Some drills I like to teach them as well. And if you would like, you can even share this video with your players as well. And yeah, so let's get down to the clipboard and let's check out these drills and how I teach it. So here we have the 3-2 zone defense, and how I like to explain to my players, it's called a 3-2 because there's 3 players up top and 2 players on the bottom. Some coaches could also, if these 2 wing players are playing a little bit closer in, this could be a 1-2-2 if you're looking at it a different way. However, we are playing a 3-2 today. So what we're going to be having is, this looks very close against a 5-out at least. It looks very close to a man-to-man defense. So we're going to still have our players playing one-on-one, very tight up top, 1 pass away, and obviously 2 passes away. And basically these players' zones, their zones are roughly like this. And we're going to have player 5 zone out there and player 4 zone right there. Anywhere there's the lines that are intercepting up top, in the bottom, or in the corners, those are most of the time double team opportunities. So you can hopefully steal that basketball a lot easier. So how I like to teach it is having 5 players out, so that way I can have my players passing the ball around the 3-point line, so that I can get my defensive players getting ready and used to their zones. So we're going to have player 1 pass over to player 3. Player 3 is going to be up. Player 1 is going to be over. Player 2 is going to be over. And player 4 could move out, and player 5 could be covering the middle of the key. Now we're going to move the ball back over to player 4. And again, player 4 red is going to be up. Player 5 is going to move over to mid-key. That way there's nobody driving back door, which this could be open. And then we're going to have player 2 moving in and player 1 moving in. We want to protect the key in a zone defense. If the ball gets moved over here, very similar, we're going to have player 1 moving over, player 3 moving in, player 4 covering the middle of the key, and player 5 moving out. So that now player 5 is only 1 pass or 1 step away from player 5 blue. If you don't know, blue team is offense most of the time with me because I'm colorblind and it's just easier to see them. Red on brown. I think that's brown. Just hard for me to see. Just something a little bit personal about myself. But anyways, so now once they get used to the movement, what I like to do is have a player in the post who moves around high post and low post. That's the high post if you don't know. This is the low post if you don't know. And we're going to have the ball swung around so that now they're still playing their positions. However, now they're getting to see a different look. So when the ball is out here, we're going to have player 2 guarding. Player 1 is also going to be guarding, and player 3 is going to be covering close to the middle. We're also going to be having player 5 taking a step out and player 4 covering the middle of the key. The ball gets moved over here. Player 5, blue, gets to move to the low post. Player 5 is going to pop out. Player 2 is going to be covering player 2 as well. This is another double team. We're going to be having player 4 shadowing player 5, blue, because that's still technically, in my opinion, his zone. He has to play help zone defense. Maybe at an older age I would explain that, but not necessarily a younger age. And then we're going to be having player 3, red, move down just a bit. If the ball goes down into the post, player 5 needs to be guarding him. And then we're going to be having player 4 still shadowing the middle of the key, maybe a little bit farther over, depending on how strong player 5 blue is. And then we could have player 2 shadowing, so there's no pass out. And that's roughly where the players are as well, still in the 3-2. If the ball is, however, in the high post, what we're going to be doing is having player 2 guard player 5. Player 1 and player 3 are still going to be out. Player 1 would, in my opinion, also be double teaming that high post as well. So that is how I personally teach the 3-2 zone defense. I like to show my players with a clipboard, with a video. I also like to show them on the court like I show in this drill so that they know what to do when the time arises to play a 3-2 zone. It's not a zone that I play a lot. I play it maybe 3 times a year, so it's not a huge defense that I run. But I do run a man-to-man and my 1-4 unbeatable defense quite a bit. Anyways, that is how I teach the 3-2 zone defense. The 3-2 zone defense is used best against a team that has a very high probability of shooting a 3-point shot, or just very fast teams that like to play out on the perimeter. Now, the weaknesses of a 3-2 zone is the baseline. So your 2 players who are playing in that low block really need to be having their head on a swivel, knowing where exactly who's cutting back door, who's doing a high-low pass, that kind of thing. It is a very huge weak spot against the 3-2 is the baseline. So if you're on offense, if you're a player watching this and you see the opponent running a 3-2 zone defense, run a play that can have or tell your players to cut baseline when you have the ball in the high post, or if you're stacking the side, cut back door, there's going to be opportunities. Anyways, I also like to run my own offenses, the plays that I run offensively against the defense that I'm trying to teach. So if I'm trying to teach my unbeatable defense, my 1-4, if I'm trying to teach a box and 1 or a 3-2 or a 2-3 or even a man-to-man defense, what I like to do is run my own offenses against it. So now they're not just learning how to defend our own plays, but also, I'm getting texts if you heard that, and basically they are able to see what it's like in a real game or close to a real game situation. Anyways, I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button and subscribe. I do post new videos every single day, so I will see you guys again tomorrow. Hey guys, quick 10-second ad, or at least I'm going to try for 10 seconds. I have a basketball defense book that I know you will enjoy. Basically, anything below that free throw line, this whole area, gets a double team. So try it out. Check out the link in the description. It is called the Unbeatable Basketball Defense. Hello, so if you have liked this video, click over here to subscribe, or maybe over here, depending on which side I put it on. I don't know yet. Anyways, also the opposite direction or the opposite side is another video you may like. So I hope to see you again in one of those next videos. Yeah.